Hi, and a very warm welcome to my talk about the eternal light system of healing energies. I would like to describe a little bit about what healing is, how it works, and what exactly is the difference between eternal light system and Reiki system. So first of all, I would like to give this opportunity to give my master and my teacher the recognition of actually developing this system at this time. So it's her mission in life to be holding very high energies that is like at the moment really needed for the planet for this ascension process that we are going through. It's a really special time in Earth's history, and we can look back 12,000 years back to see the kind of shift that is taking place now, that did take place at the fall of Atlantis, for instance, which is at that time was a really, really destructive and chaotic time. However, everything is in order and everything is going to work out fine. It's not going to be that destructive at this moment, but we do need to focus on the light and to hold the light. And we have free will. That means all the humanity and the persons and people and places, everything living on this planet has a choice, a free will choice of how it's going to happen and how fast the ascension process is going to take place. And in order to help that process, we can align with subtle forces working and operating through the universe, through us, and this is what the eternal light system is designed for. It's a remembering, because these energies, some of them has been around for eons of time, and some of the energies are kind of new to experience for the planet as we are moving through a phase where we can up level and upgrade our ability to be more energetic beings, to be in a higher vibration, which means that we can consciously see, understand, and become aware of things that we previously didn't have access to. This means that we are going to be more cooperative with all the dimensions, other galaxies and other universes even. We will be accessing things within ourselves, like an upgrade of our DNA, so that we become fully into what has previously said that we only use a small percentage of our abilities, our brain capacities, and our ability to function as human beings. And we are going into an era of time where these old functionings that were functioning before, but due to circumstances I'm not going to go into, we did that transition to undergo a faster process of learning than we are in now. So we are coming back to the more natural state, which for many people feels like a new, chaotic, strange thing, but it's actually more aligned than what we have been living in before. So the aligned sense of operating is through your heart. The aligned way is to do it through a divine will. And the aligned way to operate as a human being is for being in service for the highest divine goodwill and love of all humanity and everything evolving on the planet. So to get to that point, there are certain things that we need to do. One is, for instance, to be more connected to ourselves so that we can hear what is my role in all of this and what is a way that is best for me and best for everyone to act, see, feel, relate to what is going on to other people, and especially to yourself at this moment. How can I be a better service to myself? How can I love myself better? How can I be a more service to everyone around me that I meet daily? What is the most loving way in that I can act and become together with myself in relationship to others and the life that we also have. Animals, nature, whatever your focus is. So we all have different focus when we come to this planet or incarnate, as we usually say in the healing word. This incarnation means that the view of you as a person has a little bit higher perspective, where you are just traveling as a spirit, as a soul, and you have different experiences, which coming to this planet, having a physical body, is one of those ways that you are learning at this moment. So if you're listening to this, you probably have a sense of this already. And if you want to know more about this, there's so much information now available about incarnation, about energy works, and also this ascension process. So I'm just briefly mentioning this, but it's a lot of information if you really want to go deep into it. But remember to use your discernment and use your inner guidance on everything that you feel you're drawn to, so that you understand it from your point of view and use the things, especially from your own guidance and your own knowledge, so that if I say something that you don't feel is resonating with you, just allow that to pass. And whatever you remember from the words that I say is the things that you need at the moment to know. So you just trust in that. And that comes with everything you see online also. Is this vibrating in my direction or is it not? And we don't have to be judgmental about what is not vibrating in our field at the moment to say that it's wrong, because it could be someone else is vibrating at that level and someone else needs the information, but you don't. That doesn't mean it's wrong. That's coming from a lower perspective. The higher perspective would be that there are many perspectives coming from each point of view, looking at the same thing. So if I was to look at a diamond, for instance, I would see one spectrum of light in the way I'm standing, how far away I'm standing from that diamond, and how closely and where the light is coming from, etc. So the truth usually consists of many things. It's not so easy to say that the truth is one thing that is true. The truth has many layers that is essentially changing as your awareness and your you becoming more aware of things, how they interconnect. Then your perspective changes, and that means also the higher truth of what you're seeing is more in view. It's maybe easy to say, but it's one thing to actually know and to operate from this point of view, so that what you say, what you feel, what you know, and how you act is aligned. This is very difficult, and that's why we have the eternal light system. So the eternal light system is an energy initiation where you contact that part of you that is called your higher self, and you align yourself. It's like tuning into a radio station. You can have a lot of radio stations, but there is one channel that is used for healing specifically, like to upgrade and up-level your consciousness. And entities, light beings working endlessly to help humankind do this process and to help us evolve. And you can connect to that consciously by becoming initiated, which means that you're saying yes on a conscious level to holding that space for that energy to work through you. So initiation means that you are channeled. It's not like you are in a sense becoming wider and more open and more receptive and more attuned and more aligned. But the energies are not your energies. They are coming from a higher source of power so that you can use it when you're giving or being that channel of light for others as well. So it is our intention to use the energy in the highest divine goodwill of all that we give the energy to. So there are certain rules also when it comes to healing, certain universal rules that you have to obey also. One, and the most important one, is divine will. We cannot interfere with another person's spiritual evolution and path. And that means some lessons are here for us to master, which means I cannot take away another person's problem or solve their problems without them doing that internal work, but you can support them in doing that. And by doing that, maybe they can learn, understand, and move on and let go of that process or that problem. But it's always in the best interest of that person's spiritual journey and the highest divine goodwill of all. So we, in a human incarnation, sometimes we have the ability to see and understand other people more on a more energetic level, sometimes on a more mental level, sometimes on a more emotional level. And some people like to see things around other people, like they can see the aura, they can see different colors. Maybe you have an inner guidance telling you something or showing you something. But sometimes it's also through the physical senses. So some people might be using the senses in order to give and receive healing energy. And this is more common than most people think and know. And we always use this ability. When you walk into a room, there has been a fight or someone has been arguing, you feel that energy. I'm sure of that. You can even pick it up in your solar plexus because you get really tensed. So the solar plexus is a place where you can sort of detect or process those kind of energies on one level. So insecurities, outbursts of rage, etc., coming from insecurity. Most of that energy is coming from there anyway. But you can also work consciously to hold the space for that person to come back to their center and feel and know their own guidance again. So I'm not saying that you should stick around for everyone who is giving you a tantrum or giving you a hard time. Certainly not. But there are times when you can use the energy and hold your space so that you expand your aura and energy. You can do it through your eyes, through your heart, just asking for the energy to come through your hands. And this will help the situation. This will help the resolution, if you like, of that person or the persons in view in the highest divine good order. So remember, we have free will. So each and every person has the free will not to be a part of the solution. So that is something we have to respect. But usually when the energy comes through, it's done through something called channeling. So channeling is when you align your inner centers and your energy centers there are many centers, but the most proficient ones to our physical body is the 7 main chakras around your spine. It's from your top of your head, forehead, throat, heart, solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and then the base chakra goes down. So the top one goes up and the down one goes down. And those need to be aligned in a channel. And that is why we call it to channel. Because the energy that is vibrating at a very high frequency, if you can sort of take the energy through your central column of light. So the central column of light is a term, it's a key word that you need to use when you're channeling something. So it's a good way to find a balance. So if you balance your inner chakras, you become more aligned to the outer world and everything around you, because you are part of the bigger picture. You are not separate, you are a creator of things. So if you come to your center, you can start to access and hear the bigger picture and the things evolving around you, so that you become part of something bigger than you. You are bigger than you think you are, but it is coming back to your own center and being totally aligned with your will and your energy, and then allowing the higher self, the higher will, and the unconditional love and the total light to enlighten you. And that is like connecting your masculine and feminine into that sacred holder of light, and becoming at one. So the oneness is also when you're working together to create something fantastic in service to others, for the highest divine good of yourself, and that means also for humanity. So it couldn't be easier, but it's very hard to explain it if you haven't had the experience, perhaps, of being in that space and place. And the experience for everyone to channel, to give energies, could be a little bit different depending on your mission, what you're here to do. So don't give yourself a hard time trying to visualize things. If it's on your path, you're going to see it naturally. If it's not on your path at the moment, just relax and feel the energy, and that is going to change you, because the feeling nature is the essential part of everything. And if you start to feel things inside you, you have that ability to feel that something is going to happen, or something is about to show up, or that gratitude or whatever, you are actually changing your subconscious. So your subconscious is the thing that is attracting to you things. We have a layer outside ourselves consisting of everything we have been experiencing through time and space, not just this life, but a lot of lifetimes. And now is the time to release all of that, which is a little bit difficult. Huh? So if you're an old soul, you've been around for a couple of million years, imagine you have so many things to let go of. And for that, you can also use the healing energies to help call on the healing energies to help you transform. One of the most powerful energies you can call on is, and this is for everyone to do, is to call on Archangel Michael. He is the one cutting you free. Freedom is a big key word in the new time and the new ascensions of freedom. So he is helping each and everyone to become free of entanglements and projections, if you like, so that you are absolutely free in your expression, and you're also setting other people free to be their fullest potential and whatever they need to be. So Archangel Michael, if you want to use that term as an angel using his sword cutting free or releasing you, whatever you want to use, by call on his energy. I'm sure he's always available, and he has a legion of angels, so you can be sure that they are with you as much as you like, whenever you like. Just ask them, it will be given. Also, the other energy that we are using a lot in the eternal light system, and I think a lot of people use that energy consciously, is the violet flame. And if you think of the heart flame as the center of your soul, when you incarnate in a physical body, your heart flame is consisting of three things. One was a masculine, the will, power, And remember, now we're talking about the divine will. That is not the old masculine, I will do this and this is my will and nobody else's will. It's called the higher will, which is the good intention for all and to take care of everyone for all. So the masculine and the feminine aspects, and if you think of it, unconditional love is obviously the feminine part. Usually the unconditional love is pictured pink, and the masculine power is usually pictured in blue. If you connect those, you have the kind of violet. So you remember that the violet brings to balance your ability to, you can say, receive and to be and to act and to create. So it will also transmute anything instantly that is negative and not aligned to the higher source and power. So calling upon the violet flame is a very powerful way. Saint Germain is the overseer of that. He is also the overseer of the next evolutionary process on the planet. So you'd be very wise to call on him. You can call on any entity or whatever, Buddha or Jesus or Muhammad, whatever you feel connected to. But I'm just telling you that you can use these energies and these ascended masters and angels to help you through whatever you need at this moment, if you feel guided and if you feel it's on your path. So don't be shy, just use it. They're so happy to help you, and that is one of the things that is so nice about working together, is we know that the more we work on ourselves and open up our hearts and stay connected and work with the energies, the more we will help each and every one, because we are connected. So your heart is part of the bigger heart of humanity and the planet itself, and the planet itself and all the humanity is part of the universe and the cosmos, etc., etc. So we are all connected to the one source. That is also why we are receiving so much help at the moment, because the universe cannot evolve without us. So we are receiving so much help from each and every one, different dimensions. And just trust that it's all coming for the highest divine good, and it is all God's will, and the plan and the way forward is already set in motion, and it's all already been accomplished in a way. But how it's going to be happening is up to us, you and me, and how fast it's up to you and me. So I hope this was a little bit information on how to incorporate these wonderful energies. I'm so happy to be part of that guidance of others to find their own center, their own intuitive abilities to use their inner guidance on where to go and how to do things. It doesn't mean that everyone has to do the same. It doesn't mean it's for everyone. I respect totally your commitment to whatever energy and whatever way and whatever path is yours. But if you feel connected to working with this energy, there is so much to gain from it, and so much energy and so much love and power and wisdom, illumination and abundance to gain from it, for you, for each and every one, and for humanity and all their life on the planet itself, of course. So thank you for listening. I hope this was a little bit, it's a lot of information, but do get back to me if you have any questions. You can find me on shiva.se or SE, or if you want, you can find me on YouTube or Facebook, also Shiva. Okay, Lenita Hedqvist on YouTube. So thank you very much, and just take care of yourself. Bye.